Hello, my name is Lucy Civils, and I am a doctoral education student at Columbus State University. I've been researching what happens to the body and the brain under stress for many years now. But what first brought me into this work was not data or theory, it was her. When I was 17, the night of my junior year prom, I lost my niece, Bella. But she was so much more than a niece. She was like a daughter to me. We spent almost every day together. I picked her up from school, brushed her teeth, braided her hair. She was the first person who truly taught me what unconditional love really meant. She was almost 8 years old when she died. And in that instant, my world, my brain, changed forever. Before, there was innocence. After, there was grief. Before, there was a straight path. After, only a question. How do you live again after something like that happens to you? For a long time, I believed I was broken. But what I've learned is that through healing and through research is that trauma, though it shatters us, can also shape us. It can become a source of strength, empathy, and even purpose. It can become a superpower. Most of us are taught to see trauma as damage, a permanent wound, but science shows something different. There's a concept called post-traumatic growth. Unlike resilience, which is about bouncing back, post-traumatic growth is about bouncing forward, emerging from adversity with strengths you did not have before. Research from the American Psychological Association and Harvard Business Review show that many trauma survivors report stronger relationships, deeper appreciation for life, new creative or spiritual directions, and a renewed sense of purpose. So what if trauma is not just something that breaks us, but something that also builds us? Neuroscience gives us some pretty strong evidence. Studies from the University of Rochester reveal that trauma overactivates the salience network, also known as the brain's alarm system. That's why survivors often feel constantly on edge. But resilient individuals show a remarkable adaptation. Their prefrontal cortex, also known as the brain's executive control center, steps in to calm that alarm. This means that the brain literally rewires to restore balance. EEG studies show measurable neural differences. Survivors reporting higher post-traumatic growth have stronger alpha wave activity, signs of emotional regulation, and cognitive integration. Recently, in 2025, research in science advances showed that trauma survivors who cultivate meaning and connections demonstrate neuroplastic changes in memory circuits, evidence that growth is not just emotional, but biological and tangible. For me, that growth began the moment I realized I had a choice. I could let Bella's death define me through despair, or I could honor her by living differently. I started asking, what can I learn from this? How can I carry her light forward? And slowly, the very traits of trauma forced me to develop strength, empathy, determination, and became my foundation. Of course, the pain never vanished, but it grew roots of purpose. And that purpose began to ripple outward to my family, my friends, to my students, to my community. When one person transforms their trauma into power, it does not stop there, it ripples. Emotional growth radiates through families, workplaces, even society. So imagine, if we all believe this truth, your trauma is not your cage, it's your launch pad. What would happen if schools, organizations, and families encourage survivors not only to heal, but to harness, to turn pain into purpose, loss into leadership, struggle into strength? Bella's ripple continues to move through every life she touched, including mine. And I truly believe the same ripple of strength and love can flow through you too. Because your trauma is not where your story ends. It is where your power begins. It's the force that can propel you into who you are meant to become. Thank you so much for this opportunity and for watching. Thank you.